Hello, everyone. Welcome once again, Planescape Torment. Planescape has touched me in a very special way, and I wanted to stream this playthrough. I've actually not played this game before, but I have experience with the Dungeons & Dragons Infinity Engine and that sort of thing, so I'm going to continue from. So, for those of us who have not joined us before, here's our rundown. I'll just go to. So, Planescape Torment is an isometric RPG that released back in 1999. In it, we are playing the Nameless One. We have awoken from a cycle of death and rebirth into this current form, and have to figure out what exactly has happened to us. As of now, we have just escaped from the Mortuary, a location in Planescape that houses the dead, and now have gone into Sigil proper. Sigil is the City of Doors, a central point in the multiverse within which you can teleport anywhere you would like. So, we now have to make our first steps towards our next objectives. Tonight's just going to be a super casual stream. I'm just going to be mostly reading to you all. Planescape Torment is often described as the best game you will ever read, the best book you will ever play. There's a lot of reading, a lot of dialogue, a lot of choices to make. Because of this, I think it's a very interesting game, and one that's worthy of critique, which is why I'm playing it in a super cash style, which means that I'll be just kind of going through it, not really making any big presentation flourishes. With that, all that being said, let's continue. So, we are finally outside in Hopper of Sigil. We can begin speaking to whoever we would like. To whatever we would. Now, as opposed to many other Infinity Engine games, well, first of all, like all the other Infinity Engine games, Planescape Torment is based off of the second edition rule set of Dungeons & Dragons, so it is quite obscure to people who are not familiar with it. It's my character sheet. I've played for 2 days and night. Okay. So, as opposed to other games in the Sigil Engine or in D&D in general, it's actually your stats generally try to trend to non-combat ones. The reason for this is your intelligence, wisdom, charisma, along with a few other things, will allow you to make choices that you would not normally even see if those stats were too low, which is why we have maxed out our wisdom and pumped up our intelligence and given the leftovers to charisma. Strength, dex, and con are at their minimum values. Alignment also matters here. We start as true neutral, and then as we make choices, our alignment will shift to more descriptively align with what our actions we take. Pretty much everything that you do will affect your alignment in one way or the other, including who you talk to, how many times you talk to them. Your choices matter more than simple answers and that sort of thing. So, okay, that's a pretty decent rundown, but yes, this is Planescape. And yeah, second edition is very old, so there are good things and bad things about it, like most editions. Probably more bad than good, I would say. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is talk to this Davis. Davises are the caretakers of Sigil, I guess would be the easiest way. They are, how would you say, they take care of the city itself. Not the buildings, but... Well, not exactly most of the buildings, but more the construction of the city of Sigil. Her Serenity, Our Lady, the ruler of this city, employs them to make repairs or carry out her will in one way or another. So, you see a tall creature with a shock of white hair. Its skin has a greenish cast, and a pair of goat horns protrudes from its forehead. It is dressed in long flowing robes and appears to be floating slightly above the ground. Greetings. The creature turns to face you, and a series of symbols appear around its head. The symbols have a slight glow about them, and they just hover there. Oh, for the power's sake, piking Daubus. What's wrong, Mort? He's a Daubus. They speak in rebuses, these annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, then we better find a native or some other way to communicate with him. If we want to. An annoying bunch. My bet, they can speak. They would just rather piss everyone off by trying to piss everyone else off by trying to puzzle out what they're saying. What's a Daubus? Chant is, they're janitors for the Lady of Pain. They float around breaking, fixing, and patching up Sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies, Mort sighs. You can't swat them though, or the lady will get upset. Lady of Pain? Who is that? She runs this city. You'll know her if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. She's about the size of a giant, and she floats off the ground, just like these guys. Mort nods at the Daubus, who is looking at you both. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you need to know is that you don't want to make her angry. And if you see her, my advice, run. See. The Daubus waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, and then they vanish, and a question mark appears. Try and strike up a conversation, see if you can translate what the Daubus is saying. Thanks to our great intellect, we can. You ask the Daubus several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear above its head. It is extremely patient throughout your discussion, giving you easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. It feels like you've done this before. Maybe you can help me. Daubus waits. Who are you? Daubus inclines its head slightly, and a stream of symbols appear above its head. I am a Daubus. I had another question for you. What are you doing? A batch of symbols appear above Daubus' head. I attend to my duties. Very restrictive. No, I had another question for you. Can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? A lone symbol appears above the Daubus' head. This one just shows a metallic female mask with the blades coming out of the sides. Just looking at the ghostly image makes you uncomfortable. I had another question for you. Farewell. Figuring things out is how we get XP here. Talking to Daubuses allows us to remember our past memories, which gives us some more XP back. Now, continuing on. Let's go in this house. Our goal right now is basically to look for, what's his face? Farod, one of the janitors, caretakers, who finds bodies and delivers them to the Dustmen. But we want to find out more about this world, so we are. This woman looks to be in her middle years, and her hair has streaks of gray running through it. Lines of worry crisscross her face. As she sees you, she seems torn between asking you to leave and calling for the man at the table. Greetings. You'd best leave before call me husband. He won't take kindly to you barging your way into our home. If you're going to call him, you would have done so already. I have some questions for you. She glances toward her husband, worrying her eyes. I have not the time, stranger. Do not be troubling me with such things. Excuse me, are you alright? Me? She seems surprised. Oh, aye. She lowers her voice. Best leave. Husband has not been himself of late. You'd best not provoke him with your presence. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with him? He's been out of sorts of late. A touch of the cough, maybe. She gives an unconvincing half shrug. What's really wrong with him? I think he's done something he regrets. Her worried expression melts into despair. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I cannot imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. Dead contract? The dead, the Dustmen, have contracts that give them the right to somebody's body after they die. What do the Dustmen do with the body after death? Animate it with their black magics, turn it into one of the walking dead, make it a worker till... Looks at her husband helplessly. Till it rots away. Your husband won't need his body after death, what's the problem? The ghoulishness of the contract aside, it's his nature that's been changed. He's become sullen and dark since doing the signing. He can't seem to arouse himself to look for honest work. Like the lady's shadow hangs on him. He sighs. Can this contract be undone? She looks at you surprised and sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with, but he's cold and chilled, like all the dusties. He even lectured me on me husband, as if I had no right to try and help him. Her lips became a tight, thin line, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold, cruel, he was. Let me see what I can do. Who was this dustman of your husband signed the contract with? The dusty calls himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He has a table at the dustman bar in the hive, gathering dust, I believe the place is named. You can most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts. I'll seek him out then. Where's this gathering dust bar?
Updated my journal.
Head out to the street outside, go to the memorial store, and then head south and west from there. She taps her finger against her chin. You should run right into it. There's one of them, her face wrinkles in disgust, walking corpses out front. Farewell, I'll see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful, then her worried expression returns. But I must ask you not to let on I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if he were to find out, she shudders. I promise that your husband will not find out. No trouble. I'll go about undoing your husband's contract now. Dialogue options in Planescape allow you to make vows or lies depending on what your feelings towards what you can say are. A lot of these don't serve much of a purpose, although breaking vows will make you more chaotic. So I want to just talk to Ingyar. This man looks haunted. His eyes are half-lidded, as if he has had trouble sleeping. His hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flecked with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. Doesn't seem to notice as you approach. The man glances up at the sound of your voice, and his slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone has lit 2 fires in his eyes. What be your business barging into my house? His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get, or I'll send you back to whatever grave you crawled from. Calm yourself, I had some questions. The man's face turns blood red, and he begins shouting, Are you daft? With a snarl, he spits at your feet. You filthy, scar-ridden dog! Off with you, or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. Farewell, then. The man throws a parting shot at your back. You'd best never cross me door again, you wretch stinking bastard. Leave without another word.
All right.
Okay, so got this. Remind me what the Dustmen were. If I remember correctly, they believe in reincarnation, but I think that's bad, right? Yes, the Dustmen are one of the faction of Sigil. They're the one that we've dealt with the most thus far. In short, the Dustmen believe that every life that we live is a false life, and every death we die is a false death. We are reincarnated until we manage to achieve a true death, which is true oblivion. They believe that everyone that life is basically torment, and that it's best for us all to die our true death. In essence, that is, as far as I'm aware, pretty accurate to like 95% accuracy. I might be missing one of the 2 details, but that's a decent rundown. Yeah, right, what a bastard. The Post. This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped, and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed into its chest, back, and head. Thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails hurt? The corpse makes no response. Examine the corpse. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. You'd guess that this zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged in them. Find a wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. Let's pry out the cobblestone. You grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever it was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Examine the other notices. Sure, I'll turn down the music a bit. Thank you for letting me know. Let me know, let me know if it's a little loud. I'm gonna also turn down just pretty much everything except for this. Okay. Is that better? if I speak over the music, will you be able to hear me okay? Actually, I don't think it affected me all that much. But...
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Okay, if that's better, good. No. So, let's examine the rest of the notices on the post. Examine the graffiti notices. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on his forehead... Sure, will do. Sounds, excuse me. The one on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of want ad. Look at the post for Office of Vermin and Disease Control. To those Hive citizens, this is really poorly written. Wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and generous sigil government. Inquire forthwith at Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid. Copper given for each rat tail bought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog, or fiendtail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate and Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort, XXXIX, which I believe is 39. Let's see the bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering Corpse Bar. Someone immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. Moments later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. He seems embarrassed. Well, I mean, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. Examine the official notice. Public notice. By the order of the Judiciary Council, in accordance to the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known that the facing a registered servant of the Dustman either by graffiti, malicious assault, or by posting notices will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator shall be answerable for the vandalism of said servant, by order of the Hall of Speakers. The other notices. The want ad. Wanted. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with Initiate Norakch. Gathering Dust Bar. Gathering Dust Bar. The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points west to the building before you. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Graffiti. Alright, now let's see the graffiti. The graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustman to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farod on the corpse's left arm and slashed an X across it.
Updated my journal.
The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Let's leave the corpse in peace. So, that has given us another direction that we don't really need, but to Farod's place. Right.
I've never seen something
So, yeah. One thing that we will do also is speak to Anna here. Anna becomes a party member later on. You see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken from the skin of some creature, and a horn shoulder pierce protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail that is flicking back and forth as you watch. Greetings. The girl ignores you. Can you tell me where I am? You're lost, but you're about to find trouble. Make yourself lost somewhere else, Bubber. I had some other questions I wanted to ask first. Aye, and what is it you want? I'm looking for someone named Farod. Do you know where I could find him? Aye, I might say more if you sweeten the question, aye. She clicks her tongue and rubs two fingers together. Jink, jink, eh? Jink, jink? Morton. She means money. Oh. Aye. He glances at Morton and shrugs. What the skull said. Hard coin. Alright. How much? We're speaking to Anna now. Anna is a tiefling. Actually, tieflings are native to Planescape. Sigil. This is this setting introduced tieflings to the actual game. How much is it to know, I? She studies you, then folds her arms. Come on, I haven't got all day. I have it. How about 10? That enough? That lump of copper isn't enough to whet a faded's appetite. You'll be needing more if you want to make friends here, turd. How about 20 then? Aye, alright then. She pockets the money. It's gone so quickly you have no idea where it vanished to. Look for him in the alley spurward from the mortuary. That's to the south and west of the mortuary, aye? Very well. Have some other questions. Aye, and what is it you want? I'm missing a journal. Have you seen one? He looks at you strangely. Nay, I've seen nothing like that, I haven't. I can't help but notice that you have a tail. Do I now? The girl looks at her tail. So I do. And Hero was thinking that it was striking the eye. My, aren't you a sharp cutter? She bares her teeth. Why don't you piss off to whatever hole you crawled out of and leave me be? Me nor me tail is for trade, Jig. Alright, I was just It's just as well neither you nor your tailor for sale. You couldn't squeak out a living with them anyway. Mort speaking here. What are you about, you blighter? Say it again! He said, and I disagree, that you couldn't make a... Okay. He didn't say anything, but I'm still curious. Why do you have a tail? He said, didn't say anything, but I'm still curious. Why do you have a tail? The girl's eyes narrowed to slits. Are you daft? Can it be that you're dumber than stone, or mayhap you're the power of ignorance? May the Davas brick you over and make you a street. Look, he's a tiefling, chief. They got some demon's blood in him. That makes him paranoid and defensive. Nice tail, though. Shame it's plastered on such an ugly body. Whoa, now. You better latch ye bone box, you foul-mouthed mimir, before I split you from your jaw, Jig. Why don't you try and split my jaw, chit? All I'm hearing is a lot of chatter from some hive trash. Throw a punch, I dare ya. I'll bite your legs off. Enough. Aye, that's right. Leash your Mimir, Tad, or I'll bury him with his body, Jig. Mimir, what are you talking about? Hey, Mimir! What, the gulf between your ears so wide me ears, Echo? Idiot? Still haven't answered my question. What's a Mimir? Mimir's a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. Got it. He glances at Mort, then you, then sneers. I guess I know which one of you has the brains, eh? Yeah, look, I had some other questions. Alright, so I believe... You said that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. He said, and I disagree, that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. He said, and I agree that you couldn't make a living selling yourself. I believe one of these options can upgrade Mort's Litany of Curses, which is great, because it's a very powerful ability, and it only becomes more powerful once we upgrade it. Not sure which one. I believe it may be 4. What's all this now? You be playing stern hardhead friendly hardhead with me, she sneers. Pike off, you lecherous filth. Okay, she has a tail. Just curious. He said you couldn't make a living selling yourself. Oh, aye. It's good to sell corpses then, aye. You look ready for the dustman's furnace, Skull. Sell corpses. Aye, the dustmen pay a little jig for anyone with a will to scrape debtors off the street and bring them to the mortuary. This is me territory, though, so don't you even think about fishing for debtors here, right? What do the dustmen want with the dead? To bury 'em proper-like. Send 'em to their right plane and make sure that everything in the universe be nice and tidy. Plane. Aye, plane. Be the gulf between your ears so wide me words echo. Pah! Yes, too many questions, Scab. Pike off and know someone else with your questions. I just one more. Wow, that! I have nothing more to say to you, Bert. Get.
Ugh, I've never seen something so ugly I've not... Well, what is it?
Okay, so I believe... Why do you have a tail? Hey, good one, Mart. I think... Okay. One of these... This is not generally a good option, is to speak to someone over and over again and insult them and stuff. But I believe that this is one of the few times in the game where you're actually allowed to do this and there are no consequences for it. So... Oh, okay.
Aye, no no deaders today said walking ones looks like.
Alright. So,
I can't find any deaders. Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
So, that's Anna. She's very pleasant. Don't worry, she'll be coming up again in the game. Or if everyone here is horny for tieflings, and it does appear to be the case. So, in the meantime, this monument up here is a monument to the dead. You can also speak to a bunch of hive dwellers. There's a bunch of questions and stuff. Oh, I think that's a tiefling right there. They have tie? This woman's face looks broken and she is covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She is cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands and is staring emptily at the wall of the monument, at the names there. Greetings. Just get you back. The woman's teeth peel back, displaying a row of black canines. What you want of Sevtai? What's the matter? What wrong? Those chaos men raked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. They are nothing but names on this memorial wall. Chaos men. Chaos men, a faction, they says. What they are is an adult bunch that runs wild through the hive and does whatever they please. We never did no harm to them. Then they lope in like dogs and tear apart everything within their reach. Who are these chaos men who attacked you? They're a hiver gang, a bunch of adult sods that call themselves the starved dogs barking or some such barmy nonsense. You know, I wouldn't mind penning some in a dead book for some coin. You got the copper, we'll talk terms. Their actions were just. If you wish, I can see the matters rectified. 3 deaths they caused, and 3 deaths shall these starved dogs suffer. I'll do that. A copper earring in your purse if you pen 3 of those murdering sons in a dead book, Jig. I'll see to it that they're put in dead book. Can you tell me where they might be found? Go out the south gate, spiderwards from here. Then walk around the block until you comes to a place where men run in circles, howling at the sig sky. There's the starved dogs they are. I'll go look for them then.
My journal.
Right, so that's a little quest that we get here. Death of names here. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to his side as if cradling a small child. Greetings. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name, no name. Can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. You need to give a name if you want to see where it's died.
Updated my
What?
journal.
Given a name when you're born, give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith, then the walls of the area. Buried many names here, death of names has. Tell me a name, I'll show its grave. Dionora. Dionora is, apparently our ex-lover. His eyes roll to the back of his head and pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points at a section of the wall. Buried. Examine the spot he is pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone, in tiny cramped writing, is the name he requested. It is almost lost beneath a sea of names around it. I had another name. Doll. He shakes his head. Not dead yet, that name is. Not buried here. Not time. Not time. Can you bury a name for me? He nods and folds his small hand from where it was cradled on his side. It looks atrophied. It is the size of a child's hand. Cost Jink to bury a name. 3 coppers. 3. No name today. Farewell. Hello, Quentin. The man before you looks to be middle of height and years. He is stout with a thick bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the black monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what this monolith was. It's a tombstone for the plains, he scoffs. Graveyards and names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split the stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there. Hammered in just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains. Aye, Quentin smiles ruefully. The dusty scratched names of the dead on this monument here, just as around him, and on the walls of this place. Not enough space by my reckoning, but no matter. They do their best. Can barely read half the names. What are you doing here? Meeting the new arrivals, trying to find a new one every day, trying to remember if I knew them. Nothing more. Dustmen record the names of all that have died on this monument. Aye, they scratch them on this rock and scratch them on the walls in this place too. I don't know why they take the trouble. Dusties have more care for the living. The living? Aye, you know what the dustman warns that come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see, they're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without asking them to warn some poor living Burke for you. Why do they warn the living? You got me there, Cutter, he shrugs. I want to put the question on them. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He nods at the monument. Every name on there is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody that came back after the name was put on there? You mean came back from death? Quentin shakes his head. Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies. That's the name of things. He shrugs. Still, considering the plans go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. Suppose so. Say I had some other questions for you. Tell me who that crazy dustman is on the other side of the monolith. Quentin smirks. Not the sanest bird in the Cackle House, is he? That barmy is death of names. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my phone turned off again. Though death of sense might fit him better. What does he do here? He's the keeper of the memorial area. Knows where all the names are around here, and he can point one out if you need him to. He's a little addled, to be sure, but he's helped me a few times. He shrugs. He's also got the duty of carving new names on when their owners pass on. I see. I see. Thank you. Okay. Just because I remember this conversation pretty well. A sense of great loss hangs over this elderly woman like a dark cloak. As you watch her, a long sad sigh escapes her lips. Greetings. She looks up at your face, cloudy eyes squinting and straining to see you clearly. Forgive me, young Cutter, but I'm an old woman and I don't see so well. Do I know ye? No. Mulls your answer over for a moment, nodding. What was it you wanted, then? I had some questions. Questions? Her expression curdles. Oh no. You're an adventurer, are you? Name, job, and all that rot, eh? Well, I won't have it. Off with you. I'm not an adventurer. Bar that! The woman jabs her finger at you. I've watched Dustman put the name on me husband, damn his soul, me son, and both me daughters in the memorial. Adventurers, all of them. Why, I swung quite a sword myself in the day, so I knows one when I meets one. The old woman seems to be working herself into a fit. Her face has become flushed, and flecks of spittle fly from her lips as she howls at you. Let her continue her tirade. I bet you got all sorts of balmy questions. She mimics your heroic stance. Greetings, I have some questions. Can you tell me about this place? Who's the lady of pain? I'm looking for the magic girdle of Swank Iron. Have you seen it? Do you know where a portal to the 2,817th plane of the abyss might be? Do you know where the holy flaming frost-rent grog slain mortal hammer wounding and returning and shooting lightning out your bum is? She spits. Dung, all of it. Only gets you in the dead book. I had a kick in the shins for even pestering a poor old woman about it all. Now go away and leaves me in peace. And this is why Planescape is amazing. And that is exactly why Planescape is amazing. Okay, so. It is extremely rich coming from. Yes. You see Adavus. It is dressed in long flowing robes and floating slightly above the ground. Meanings. Mort, can you translate what he's saying for me? I'd sooner be strained through a Tenari's bowels that unravel with its floating goat heads trying to say. You want to translate or find a sigil native? Questions for you. Okay. Nope. Alright. I wasn't sure if you could talk to them again and get more experience, but I guess not. Okay. So, if you shift click, you can. Just gonna really quickly. Sorry, 1 second. My chat closed on me again, and now I can't open it. Okay. Okay, so we just need to talk to all the unnamed NPCs in this area. I believe there's one. Yes, here's one. Bane the Sender. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice. Craddock, good sir? What? His hopeful expression dies as he studies your face. 1,000 apologies, good sir, if I have given offense. He gives a slight bow. I am called Bane the Sender, third child of Daiban the Sender. I am one of the many runners in the employ of the House of Senders. Apologies necessary, Bane. What do you want? 1,000 apologies for troubling you with such a trivial manner, but I see Craddock, an overseer in the hive. Bane looks like he is in pain, but alas, he eludes me. He looks at you hopefully again. Could it be you who have heard such a man? Sorry, I haven't. Bane gives a deep sigh. I am bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet, fortune has chosen not to favor me. I could help you. If I come across the man, I could pass along your message. Bane's face lights up like a lantern. Oh, fortunate day for Bane and the House of Senders. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. You can find this Craddock and pass along the message. I shall see to it that you're paid for your troubles. All right, what's the message? Bane recites the message almost like a mantra. The shipment must be incursed by third day, or there will be a penalty. Bane frowns. I am told that Craddock will know of the shipment to which the message pertains. If I say Craddock, I will pass along the message. Is there anything you can tell me about him before I go that might help me find him? He is said to be a giant of a man, stern of features, that he is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that, good sir. I see. That's enough to go on for now. Thank you, sir. Should fortune favor you when you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I shall see it that your efforts are rewarded. Very well. Thank you, Bane. So, we're not going to do this because I'm going to be playing a lawful character, but you can lie to him. You can tell lies to everyone and get rewards without doing any work. However, this will affect your alignment. I'm fairly certain. So. This cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadows of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with stubble and what appears to be a foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it crawls up his chin. Greetings. The figure doesn't budge. There's a moment of silence, then he responds to a high-pitched voice that seems more suited to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi. Who are you? Pox am I, hi? Pox? Mother and father named me. Wish the pox of firstborn, a curse given, came true it did, hi? Again, your eyes are drawn to the purplish-green rash covering Pox's chin and neck. Oh. I had some more questions for you. Hi. What are you doing? Wait for debtors, do I, hi? Debtors? Corpses? Why? Find a debtor, take him through the gate, get some drink, then I get a wait, hi? Through the gate? Why? A debtor's to a dust... Okay, we know this, but... A debtor's to a dustman, what coppers to a collector. Bring them the dead, they give you copper at the gate, they do, hi? Is the front gate the only way inside the mortuary? Hi, only debtor or dustman go in gate, they do. You want Pox make you debtor again? Again? Hi. Many time you ask. Pox always do. How many times exactly? Many time, hi. So, we've met before? Hi. What do you know about me? You are a debtor who don't stay debtor for long, hi? Deal square with Pox, you do? Do you know anything else about me? You're a debtor who don't stay debtor for long. Alright, how about I just pretend to be dead and you sneak me in? Let Pox see you play debtor. You play debtor good, Pox gets you in, hi? Then to be dead. Pox watches your performance without a sound. When you get back up, he speaks, Hi, Pox sell you. You want to be sold now? No, not yet. I had some other questions first. You know someone named Farod? Hi, Farod. Collector, big. Name has weight, cast long shadow, it does, hi? You know where I might find him? Hi, in the hive here somewhere. Somewheres, hey? Some other questions. I lost a journal. You wouldn't happen to see one, have you? Hi, no journal have I seen. Things get lost in the hive. Never seen around again. Maybe journal, one of them, hi? I deserve you. Farewell. Okay. So yes, many things can give you experience. Okay, so we want to get Angyar out of his contract. We'll do so by going to the Gathering Dust Bar. Speaking to... There.
All right.
Naraksh. Here we are. Sorry, one more moment. Bane the Femboy. No, not Bane the Femboy. Please don't. This to me. Jesus. Okay, you see a spindle-thin dustman in dirty black robes. His stiff black hair springs forth from a skull and his crown of spikes. Like a crown of spikes, excuse me, and his leper-white skin is drawn sharply across his skull. He's frowning into his drink and mumbling to himself. Greetings. Dustman looks up, blinks once, then looks you up and down, studying you. As he studies you, he takes one of his spiked locks and points at himself with it. Norok. Initiate. Dustman. Guard. I ask you some questions. Norok shakes his head and gazes back down in his drink. I hear about the posting outside. Dustman looks at you up and down. Many troubles have I. Help can you? Mausoleum awakes. Dead walked. Dead disturbed. The Dustman disturbed. Find out what disturbs the undead, and copper coins at will I pay. Very well. Where is this mausoleum?
My journal.
Norok nods. Mausoleum by Dustman Memorial. Go north and west from Black Monument. Go to Arch and a semicircle over your hearts with this finger of this make. He wiggles the index finger on his right hand. To the mausoleum, go you will. I'll look into it then. Farewell. So that is one of the portals. Oh shoot. One moment. I'll allow you to listen to the Dustman for a moment. Okay. My internet was freaking out. Okay. Right. Okay. Barrels. That one. Okay. One of these dustmen to make. Oh, where's the Rock, Braddock, dustman, serve time, post, or Mortai Graveson. That's the one. Authorized. Mortai Graveson. Here we go. Ah, traveler. Mortai smiles as he sees you. We meet again, and how may I help you at this fine Sigilian day? He looks hopeful. Come to sign the contract, perhaps. Contract? The contract? Why, it is but a simple transaction. From the depths of his huge robe, Mortai pulls forth a dusty parchment and a bill pen. The usual sum paid is 50, but for you, I will pay 100 commons. In return, after death, the Dustman faction may claim your remains. He smiles and clucks his tongue. What use will you have for them at that point anyway? Not interested. I did have some questions, though. And some of patrons here. Really about Sarah. Will initiate. I heard she contracted a sickness not long ago and it changed her. She seems bitter and angry, and she does not speak the Dustman beliefs with the conviction she once did. I fear that bitterness is a passion that could jeopardize her position within the faction. The Dustman not allowed to feel passions? Oh my, yes. Mortai frowns. Too much passion, too much emotion prevents one from reaching the true death. To be passionate runs contrary to the philosophy of our faction. The true death is a state of peaceful oblivion all Dustmen aspire to and help all others reach. He clucks disapprovingly. Anything that ties a soul to this life is shunned by our faction, whether these ties are possessions or emotions. You see, passions act as an anchor on the soul, preventing it from reaching the true death. He shakes his head. Very bad, very bad. Are you the one who signed the dead contract with Angyar? Mortai frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap, he thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I would like to settle that contract. Mortai looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. The contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. It is possible that he may not be able to approach the true death with such emotions churning in his mind. Mortai chews over it for a moment, and it looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friends. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot... So what you're saying is you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment? Is there any way I can settle the contract? You'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment? Mortai sighs and holds up his hands as if to placate you. Look, it is not how you are making it out to be. You obviously hold the philosophy of the Dustman in contempt to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your contact in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mordecai glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it. Nine hells. Wait here! He drops his voice to a whisper. Keep your bone blocks latched. He gives an angry scowl and stomps off. A few seconds later, he returns. He is holding a dusty piece of parchment, which he gives to you. Here! He sniffs disdainfully. All for man's peace of mind. Now be gone and meddle me with your preachings no longer. I will leave. For now. Farewell, Mortai. Alright, perfect. With that done,
Done.
Oh, Sigil, there it is.
speaking to Mortai, I ought to be able to. Or, sorry, not Mortai, Angyar. Say Angyar. He doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you. You again? Didn't you hear me the first time, you pox-written dog? Get out of my house, or so help the powers will carve you with your stand. Show him his Dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angyar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words, then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where did you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. I took it from a dustman named Mortai. She said that I shouldn't tell her about it. It has your name on it. And you can't seem to take his eyes from the contract. Why'd you bring it to me? To ransom it? Tear up the contract.
My journal.
You tear up the contract, and Ingyar's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens as if a great weight was lifted from him. He looks like he is about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free. Not in this hive, Cutter. Consider this free, and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Angyar's angry expression crumbles. He looks tired of fighting his good fortune. I must have prayed to the right powers for this past half-month. Dies. Have me thanks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. Actually, perhaps you could help me. I have some questions. Angyar nods. Ask your questions. Can I ask you why you signed this Dustman contract? Perhaps it's the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you. He snorts. We have less than nothing and a needed jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where I come from, and telling me buddy to the Dusty is a lot more honest than most work around here. Allows you to change your mind. It's just... Sighs. I saw one of them zombies on the streets a half-month ago. One of them zombies that worked for the Dusties, and it stabbed me in the heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. Didn't want to be any part of that after death. We've all had our share of mistakes. So, I had some other questions. Do you mind if I rest here? Angyar nods. That's the least I can do. I'll have my wife get some blankets out for me. I didn't want to sleep just yet. I may return when I'm ready to rest, though. Talk to his wife? Angyar's wife smiles as she sees you. Well met, good sir. How can I help you? Well, supplies, can you help me out? Okay, so she has some bandages. Okay, we don't need that, but... Cool. Now we have a place to sleep, and...
Done.
We can get some extra healing supplies if need be. So, with all of that done, now that we've gotten a little bit situated, in some terms, let us complete one quest. Actually, let's talk to one of the harlots, because everyone here is extremely horny in the chat, so might as well. Yeah, absolutely right. Excuse me. Let me just. Ah. All right, here we are. You see a tired-looking woman dressed in a tight leather bodice and leggings. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as she sees you. Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? Greetings. The woman looks coyly at you. Now you look to be a blood who's lost to something. Mayhap I can help you find it, Cutter. She smiles slightly. Oh? What good fortune. We probably lost what we were looking for back at your kit, miss. Actually, I'm missing a journal. Eh? She seems confused. What are you on about? Get the journal. Maybe you can help me find what I'm really missing. Her tone becomes more businesslike. Aye, love. Now there's a matter of a finder's fee. I see. How much? Some coppers for a glance at what you're missing, and 10 coppers to actually find what you're missing. Forget it, I had some questions instead. The woman frowns. I'm not a tout, she frowns and rubs two fingers together. Unless you got some jink to pay me for my time. I can pay you. How much? For a handsome basher like yourself, she gives a wise smile, revealing a row of dirty teeth. 3 coppers will be enough to losing my tongue? She licks her lips, then frowns. Other questions of a deeper chance will cost you more, though. Sounds fair. Here's 3 commons. Aye, then. She slips jink into her palm, where it promptly disappears. Now, there's some things I wanted to know. Tell me about the city. The city, what about it? What is it? What sigil, you mean? She shrugs, looks around. City beneath your feet and rising to either side of you. Makes a visitor's stomach gallop, it does. Where exactly is sigil? Out of the plains, to hear it told. If you believe that, Wash. Why is it Wash? Well, now, love, according to the graybeards and scholars and governors and all the rest of them rattling their brain boxes, they say the plains go on forever. She taps her head. Who's to say where the center is? Got some other questions. You tell me what's of interest around here. Depends on your interest, Cutter. Looking for a good time. Already made you an offer, love, and it's not an unfair price. Don't know of nowhere else you might be enjoying the delights you'd have with me. What else is around here of interest? Looking for work. Asking me? What, you thinking of becoming one of the sisterhood, are you? She nearly buckles over in laughter. The screeching is similar to a drunken harpy's. Eventually the gales of laughter subside, and she takes a deep breath. You're a rich man, you are. Fine. I had some other questions. What can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? She spits and makes a half circle around her heart. A bladed witch, all high and mighty, mistress of all this city, floating and silent, she kills anyone in her shadow. She tends the city eye, she hisses, and leaves the living things in it to rot. Fine, I had some other questions. I'm looking for someone named Farod. Farod? Now that's one of the greater darks, love. If you've been wanting to know about that blood, it'll be thrice the converse of a normal asking. Forget it then, I had some other questions. Looking for a journal. Actually, never mind. Chief, can you sport me some jink? It's, been a long time, it has. Well, I suppose it can't hurt. The woman breaks in. It's twice the cost for the Mimir, or any other degenerate. Don't sweat it, Mort. From the looks of her, I'm probably saving you from dying twice. May a pock shrivel your innards! You have the stinking fashion sense of a goat herd, and you're twice as ugly.
Taunts, alright.
Mort stares hypnotized as the harlot lets loose a stream of obscenities. At the end of this verbal avalanche, Mort is silent for a moment, then turns to you. Wow, Chief. Got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. He turns back to the harlot, who's catching her breath. I'm also in love. There we go. Now we upgraded Mort's litany of curses. I just remembered you could do it somewhere. My knowledge of this game pretty much runs out after this screen, so I'm trying to get as much of it. Oh, so that's a portal. We will speak to Ingress here and then go through it. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a fused lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to great heat. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
What is it you want with me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she is saying. You wanted me to leave? Not leaving the city, so I'm told. I can't try it. It's not a city. It's a prison everywhere. Everywhere. There's worlds, her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands, field thirsty nettles be, sightless words where your limbs are given life and hate, cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash, the house without doors, the twilit lands, the singing winds. She starts to sob quietly, but she seems all out of tears. And shadows, the terrible shadows there be. Where are these places? Where's them places? She flings the lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the cityscape. They is all here be. Doors, here to everywhere. Doors? You're not knowing this? She squints at you, and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice-cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, it does, and with its key they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away. He raises the lump of her right hand, and sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you at a tithe. What are these keys? The keys number as many as the doors of the city. Every door a key, every key a door. Teeth start chattering again, as if she is cold. And a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers, a thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or maybe a glass rose. And these are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes, her teeth start chattering, and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes, can't leave. Can't leave. How did you get here?
Updated my journal.
From... She seems to calm slightly, and her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here, almost a life ago. I'm detuned by a glade within 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the crossed trees, showed me this city on the other side. I stepped through, it here. Why can't you go back? Tried! She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried! All doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some a purpose, some by accident. None of them right. Can't find a way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here, this square, and there, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. Can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door, any arch, any door. It could be a portal. Don't know the key. Could get sent to another horrible place. Your teeth start chattering again. You have to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me, and I not be knowing it. You're afraid to go through any door or arch because it might become a portal? She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand... She stops. Since my 10th turning, and my 4th 10th turning, that now. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years? Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth are chattering because she is cold. They are moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you steps through accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10, lost me hand, burned me flesh, and lost me sense. She looks at her feet. No more. No more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Ingress is trapped by her fear of portals. Her experiences in planeswalking have left her so frightened she won't step through anything that might be a portal. If I could find an experienced planewalker somewhere in the city, perhaps I could find a way to get her back home. So, and that is the mild horror that comes with Planescape. Described as an NPC. Now we will step through our first, I guess our second, technically, portal. The first one with intention. So, this spectral figure materializes from the gloom of the passageway ahead and quickly moves to block your way. It floats before you, its once human features twisted in a mask of rage. Filers, leave this place at once. Greetings. Leave now. Its booming voice echoes on the halls. This place is forbidden to the living. Leave while you still can. I have some questions first. Seek your answers elsewhere. This place is a sanctuary for the dead. I shall not permit your slumber to be disturbed by the intrusion of yet another insolent mortal. Another? Has someone else been here? If you must know, yes. There's another intruder who, even now, continues to violate the sanctity of these hallowed halls. The anger in the spirit's voice fades. He seems somewhat saddened by the admission. The soul of my brothers and sisters cry out for peace. Who is this other intruder? He is an evil coward who wields great power over the dead. He seeks something within these halls. What it might be or what his purpose is in seeking it, I cannot say. Why don't you drive this intruder away? Cannot. The coward has sealed himself within the inner chamber of the mausoleum. He has erected powerful wards that bar my entrance into the chamber. It is from there that he calls upon his dark arts to awaken my brethren and bends them to his evil will. Perhaps I may be of assistance to you. The spirit remains silent for several long moments. You can almost feel the weight of his lifeless gaze upon you. Yes, you might prevail where I have failed. If you pledge to rid me of this blackguard, I shall grant you passage. What say you? I'll do it.
My journal.
So be it. The spirit slowly begins to fade, only until the echoing of its disembodied voice remains. But take heed, tread lightly in these halls, lest you join the others in eternal rest. Okay.
Done.
So, zoom out here to the map screen. If we go back this way, we can exit back to the hive. This might be our first combat, so we're gonna go kind of slowly here.
What's up?
So this is Mort's Litany of Courses. Right, okay, cool. So we're gonna make sure that my best weapon is equipped. 2 to 4 polishing, 1 to 6 crushing, 1 to 6 crushing.
Done. All right.
Okay, watch out for traps too. Unfortunately, we don't have thief abilities, so we can't disarm traps. But this is probably a good idea to do because some decent experience from this. You do get experience from killing stuff, but okay, so even with decently low stats. Oh.
Another trip to the mortuary.
Even with decently slow stats, we generally have pretty good to hit and all of that. But even if we don't, if we die, what class type are you going? So you don't have a choice of class to begin with, at least. You can only be a fighter starting up.
All right.
Generally have.
Yeah. Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
So we've already
Done.
made it out here, so we're just gonna go. Nope. Just gonna exit using the portal. This is way. Every time you die, you will just get sent back to the mortuary. You can reload a save if you want, but there's not much of a reason to do so. Oh, there's a tout too. And actually, direction. Okay. But I think with a clot charm, should be able to take care of the skeleton. Go ahead and do that. Actually, I believe that there are some hive scum that we can kill, and I mean literal, yeah, thugs. Here we go. Of course, if they do fucking 5.
Damn it.
Critical miss. Shit. Clot charm. Hey.
I'm hurt.
See that?
Is he down? Alright, there we go. Get a very minor amount of experience.
Done.
The combat in Planescape is... Oh, bronze rank, nice. Basically the combat from Baldur's Gate, but with less depth. So it's not exactly like super high polished. You can definitely like make fighter builds and that sort of stuff, but it's just not without the party and all of that. There's really not a lot going on for you. So, oh, just a quick loot. Wait, I know that there's a rest. Here we go. Oh. God, the portal noises are really loud, though. That's the only thing that I don't like about this game, is that the portal noises are fucking extremely loud. But other than that, that is the only problem that I really have with Planescape. The combat isn't the most thrilling stuff, and there's a bunch of thugs that you'll have to fight, but that's fine. Whatever. I can live with it. Okay. So this is the resting animation too. This actually is more in line with Mechanicus. I'm not exactly sure why they use that one, but that works.
Done.
So, I guess it's supposed to be like a clockwork thing. Oh, and yes, there is a day and night cycle.
Looks like the Dusty's lost one of their deaders. Aye, slow Sigil days.
Oh, okay. That's good. So yeah, and at night there's more hive thugs that you can kill for more experience. They give very little amounts of experience. Fighting isn't really a great way to grind up. You can do it, but it's just killing every single guy. Alright, back through this mausoleum.
I'm gone.
So later on in the game, though, you will get access to choose a class. You could be a thief, a fighter, or a mage. Mage obviously has a lot of upsides to it,
I'm gone.
because this might be the only Dungeons and Dragons game where you
Why
can
not?
actually use ridiculously broken shit, like summon greater deity, summon greater demons, that sort of stuff. It's kind of insane.
Did you see that?
Honestly, I imagine it can't be that, it's decently loud for you all, so I'm also going to turn it down for you, because it doesn't need to be that ridiculous. The sound effects aren't, like, incredible. I mean, it's a game from 1999, what do you expect? For real here. You can also turn on the combat log, so you can see every roll you make. If you've played Baldur's Gate and that sort of stuff, you know how that goes. But don't really need to. It's plain C8.
Damn.
Come on, kill the guy.
Did you see that?
Later on, when you get spells, you can actually do a little bit more. Okay. Ooh. Cool. Get a ring. Okay, so I'm gonna sell some stuff to me. Keep this stuff on me. Piercing. That. Silverling? Alright.
Done.
Explore through this part. Bunch of traps. Boy, do they like their traps. Ah, fuck. Are these big guys? Hey.
What?
I'm hurt.
She has the personality of a patch of razor. Talk twice as ugly. A dead horse. You know, I was just sitting here wondering whether you were gonna get up, and then you have to go spoil my fun.
I'm gone.
Oh yeah. So we kind of don't want to fuck with those giant skeletons, I don't think. That's the thing, though, is that you kind of spec into talking instead of fighting. Kind of get what I,
Done.
you know, kind of what you expect should happen.
This is probably the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
Done.
Okay, so going down here. Let's take the right path. I'm trying to avoid as many of these freaking spells. Oh, nope. Just want to avoid the giant ones mostly. Go in there, go in there. Something down here to the left. So let's go up. Yep. Okay, these small potato ones though we can fucking bash the fuck out of. They'll be fine. It's the big ones we gotta watch out for. Back on the floor here. Rags. Great. Love rags. Maybe it's... I don't actually know this one. Yeah, you get such minor amounts of... You'll notice how I'm getting like 65 experience from killing a guy, and I get like 500 just for helping a guy with the quest. That's why it's just... Grinding is painful. Like, you can do it, but it's just... much work.
I'm gone.
Oh, it just ends here? No. This is the second level. Here we go. Wait, no. This it wraps around. I see. So, let's see. Okay, there's the inner chamber. So, we're gonna have to go kill it. Either sneak past it or something.
What's up, Chief?
Oh, mortal use.
I'm gone.
What's the word, Chief?
All right.
Damn it.
Come on, Mort. Nice. Oh, nope. Don't want to roll more people into this fight. Go, Mort. Surprised Litany of... Oh, because it's a skeleton. I was like, I'm surprised Litany of Curses isn't taunting it on Mort, but... There we go. Inner Chamber of the Mausoleum. Strahan Rune Shadow, huh? What class do I think I'm going to go for? Well, see, okay, so there's a thing that happens with 2nd edition that does not happen with any of the later editions. There's a thing called a high-level ability. This sounds like a capstone ability, but they're like even more ridiculously overpowered than like... You know how you get to like level 20 as a... I don't know, like a wizard in 5th edition, and then you get like... You can cast all your spells for free for... And you get like extra, and you get to make a 3rd level spell your cantrip. Like shit like that. Yeah, well, Thief has a high level ability called Use Item. Now you're like, that sounds stupid as hell, but you have to remember that in Dungeons & Dragons, the more mundane something sounds, the fucking cooler it is. Unlike most other unlike 5th edition actually, a lot of D&D games have restrictions, but many items have, you know, class or alignment restrictions, or, you know, you need to have a certain skill to use this, etc., etc. Thief, at a certain level, at high level, gets Use Item, which means that you can use literally any item that is not restricted by alignment, I think is the only restriction. So you can use scrolls even though you're not a spellcaster, and you have to be a spellcaster to use scrolls in edition, or not in 5th edition, 2nd edition, excuse me. You can use, you know, fucking like a Holy Avenger or shit like that. As long as, you know... Actually, I think even alignment doesn't even count, but... Basically, any item you can use. Just whatever. Potion of Invulnerability, not usable by thieves, not anymore, bitch. So, stuff like that. However... There are some ludicrous spells that you can get in Planescape, so I think I will go for Mage when I get the option to. I think that's what I'm going to go do. But... Do you have to have that item? Yes, you do have to have the item, of course. Wait, do you have to have the item? Yes, you have to have the item to actually use it. You don't get the ability to just mimic the effects of any item if you know what it is. No, you have to have the item. No, that's a fair question. I'm not trying. Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of you. That would be way OP. That would be stupid. Like, there would be no reason to play another class at a high level. Yes, you have to have the item. Okay. Fuck, Twitch. This is the third time tonight that my chant app closes on me, and then I open it back up and it loads forever. Okay. I apologize. I guess I'll just have to, like, alt-tab. Or actually... No, hold on. Give me 10 seconds. Probably should have set this up beforehand. Oh well. I've never had an issue with like this before. For whatever reason tonight, my internet's being fucky wucky even more so than normal. So I cannot read chat that often. It just stops updating after a few minutes, and then it's completely useless. Okay. Give me just a moment here. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me put in my second screen up. Because I don't have that up. That up. So I can freaking read chat. One moment. Random bullshit, go. Well, no, it's not Moon Knight levels of random bullshit, but it's pretty close. Anyway. Strawhand Rune Shadow. You see a mid-sized man in long robes of deep black. His hair is neatly coiffed, and impeccably trimmed goatee complements his handsome features. Noticing your arrival, he puts down the book he was writing in and strides confidently over to you, smiling. Impressive. I must admit, I never thought you would make it this far. I am glad to have disappointed you. You're the one responsible for all the Walking Dead. Who I am is of no consequence to you. What I want is the question that should concern you most. As he speaks, he looks you up and down, as if somehow fascinated by you. Very well. What do you want? Takes a step back and cocks an eyebrow. I want... your blood. That's some kind of threat. The man starts to answer, but stops himself abruptly. Evil smile spreads across his face and he begins to laugh. Yes, I suppose it is. He continues to laugh even harder at his own private joke. You notice that his hands have begun to move at his sides. Slowly, they flit back and forth, tracing intricate patterns in the air. Yeah, fucking kill him. Okay, so use a clock charm.
Did you see that?
Use. And she's using ice on me.
What's up?
So, one litany of curses, Stryan, so that Mork can absorb some damage for us, or we'll die.
Encore.
God damn it, Mort. Your litany of curses is supposed to fucking
Worse than
work.
last time.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. Yeah, there's not a separate sound effect for just the portal ones. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit more, I think. It's because I think they're just a little fucking... Yeah, that's better. Whatever reason, the portal sound effects are like the loudest things in the game. Everything else is like decently fine in terms of mixing, but like portal sound effects are the fucking loudest ones by like a lot. Okay, so if I and find Braddock. Okay, so with full health, we'll just go. I love how they introduced the concept of stacking. Like, now it seems really quaint, but people did not know what the fuck stacking was. Advantages are stackable items. When you pick them up, they automatically stack on top of each other in your inventory, freeing up slots for other items. If you wish to unstack them for any reason, simply double click. It's like, damn. People really didn't know what the fuck they were up to back in the day, huh? I love how they put stackable with like a quotation marks, just like, that has to be the funniest part of it for me. Old games like this, it's the reason why I love this kind of shit. Because they're like... Stuff that we take for granted now is fucking cutting edge to them. It's great. Oh, the skeletons, I think, respawned. Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah, kill him.
Did you see that?
Cool. Oh my god, it's fucking back. Okay. So the way to go here, I think, is eliminate them one at a time.
All right.
That way we only have to deal with...
Damn it. Did you see that?
That way they get less attacks per round.
Yeah.
Or go ahead and you let your curses on the fucker.
Father of trolls.
The other thing that's really great about Litany of Curses, forces them to do melee combat. Fucking incredible against casters.
I'm gone.
Ooh, Scroll of Ice Knights against some common opponents. Oh, here. Ron's Larry. Here we go. This leather-bound tome is cracked and worn with age. Some sort of crest has been burned into the cover. You can make it a series of interlocking triangles centered about the initials SR. The writing upon its pages has faded considerably, but the last few entries appear to have been penned recently. Day 2 of the 127th year of Factol Hashgar's reign. At last, I have it. The missing page of the Aptarge grimoire is now in my possession. As I had guessed, the page detailed the necessary components for the casting of the final transformation spell. I have all but one of the components. A drop of Immortal's blood is all that stands between me and the eternal power of Lichdom. But where can I find such a rarity? Perhaps I should seek the answer to divination. After days of taxing divination spells, I finally have my answers. Divination revealed that the location of Immortal to be somewhere within the ancient mausoleum located in the hive section of Sigil. I must make haste. I must find this creature and draw its blood before it moves on. I've arrived at the mausoleum. Immediately I was set upon by the shade that guards the remains of those interred within this place. I managed to elude the spirit and found my way to what appears to be some sort of inner sanctum. Protected by some minor wars to prevent any further interruptions by that supernatural twit, I have set about raising some of the locals to conduct a search for the Immortal. Divination was accurate and the Immortal is here, then likely it was interred within one of the many crypts that line these halls. Holy Man of Tyne. I'm not alone. Someone has entered the mausoleum and is interfering with my servants. Could this be the one I seek? Divination revealed only that I would find the Immortal here. Could it be my presence in this place has prompted that which I seek me out? What a delightful twist. I shall have to. The ink of this last entry is still wet. Cool. Came upon him right as he was writing in his journal. Ooh, a scroll of chromatic orb. Ooh, a scroll of strength. Ooh, a dagger. Okay, Mort, I'm gonna need you to take some shit for me. Thanks, Mort. Isn't it funny how the talking skull has higher carry weight than me, a full-bodied person? That's cool. Good, I can take. Oh, appears to be it. Okay. Mort, let's get the fuck out of here. So with him gone, there we go. All the other skeletons die. You step into the corridor, the guardian spirit materializes before you. Its ghostly countenance regards you benevolently. I thank you. You have done me a great service. The spirits of my charges sleep quietly once again. Go in peace, friend. Apparition fades away, leaving you alone in the deserted halls of the mausoleum.
Skills have increased.
Okay, great. Let's get Mort some hit points. Yes, 7 HP. That's not bad. His saving throws improve slightly, and that's it. He's also a better fighter. Also, he's chaotic good. I don't know if I went over that, but yep. Cool. Now Mort has more HP. Yay! Alright.
Done.
So now, if we use these halls, we should be able to find some more stuff. There we go. Like that. We'll loot this place up. Here we go. Some more. Yeah, some commons. Cool. Got some clock charms to need. Okay, or I can find them. That also works. There's... Ah, leg balloon club. Is that actually any better? Wonder. It's funny the amount of limited inventory space. 1 through 6 crushing. Oh, this is breakable. That's not good. I don't want to use that too much then. So, unfortunately... Okay. So I'll need some identify scrolls to find what those magic items are. Ooh, and rags. Well, not nice. It's, honestly, I would rather not find rags. I'd rather find a lot of other stuff than rags. Right now, I am extremely poor. This is the very beginning of the game. I will take what I can get. Okay, some copper commons. Oh, okay. You can't scroll with middle mouse button. What? I was doing it. Alright, and more bandages. Cool. Alright, let's get out of here. So, with that done, we should now be able to name that quest, get a little bit of extra experience. What? How much is it to the Nameless One's next level? It is not very much. 400 experience. That's actually less than 400 experience. That's very close. Getting the Nameless One's level up a little bit will help quite a bit. All the random thugs walking around. So we'll go ahead. Save. Because this game is like a gigabyte, if that. It's probably, I think it's more like 500 megabytes, which is kind of huge back in the day. Kill this hive thug. Considering it's gonna be like, yeah, fucking run. Listen. Come back. I'm gonna. Okay.
Huh? Oh, you alley-bred dog.
Done.
Drop your earring. Nice. Okay, we're gonna find someone to get. Actually, I think. Yeah, there's a door here. Go inside the door. Blast, I almost had it that time. Don't you know it's dangerous to interrupt spellcasters while they're evoking a spell? Luckily for you, I was only practicing. Well, what is it you want?
I'm gone.
Okay. No. And there's nothing to loot here. Okay. I think we'll come back to you later.
Done.
Excuse me. Just this guy.
Damn it.
All right.
Cool.
Done.
Okay. Actually, turning in a request probably is not. Let's talk to the dustman here. A rock. He's pulling out his one of his spikes in his hair and using it to scratch a spot in his face. I don't know what was going on in the mausoleum. Did that sleep
Updated
again?
My journal.
Conscious lines of worry smooth out as he speaks. Thanks, give I. He reaches into his robe and draws forth a small bag, which he hands to you. Copper coin, twice 100. Thanks, glad I could help.
I
Farewell.
feel stronger.
Oops, wrong one. Stat screen. Hello. Hey, saving throws improved, fighting skills improved, 1 character points, and 4 HP. So, God. So, with that, we want to pump up. I think it's wisdom at this point. Actually, I believe one of them. Yeah, I think it's wisdom. Great. 20 wisdom, that unlocks one more dialogue option. Then we should be good. Okay, so now we would like to find Farad. So, Farad. Ah, shit, the alley of dangerous angles. Greetings, stranger. Looks like you're in the dark alley ship territory now. Looks like you got a person that could use some lightning. Better pray it's got enough. I already paid this time through. He looks off into the shadows, makes a hand motion, and looks back at you. No, you didn't. You're gonna die. Kill this guy. Oh shit. Well, if you got a crit on me to begin with, then let's... That sucks. Oh. Let's get out of here. Alright, there we go. Fuck that. Immediate crit on me? Fuck off.
I'm hurt.
Okay, great.
What? Okay.
I'm gone.
So, normally you'd have to go west. Why don't we try going south? Actually, before we do that, though, we're gonna rest up here. Okay. Out of that, now it should be a little safer outside.
Hey,
All right.
being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Done.
Okay. So, a couple of touts, harlots, or thugs. Ooh, there you are. Hello. Much as this creature's body is a combination of man and ram, his head is a mix of sorts, with a broad, flat nose, goat ears, and a pair of curling horns. Intricate designs are shaved into his dirty pelt, and a massive four-flanged polearm hangs from his belt harness. He doesn't seem to notice you. Greetings. He turns to face you with startling speed, his eyes dark and suspicious of you. His voice is deep and rumbling, not quite human, and heavily accented. What do you want, two legs? His hand is close to his polearm. Only to speak with you. I had some questions. He seems to calm down. His hands drops away from his weapon. Still keeps a certain distance from you, however. What do you wish to ask me? Why were you so wary of me? He seemed sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, is full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for a visiting barrier, Two Legs. Shrugs. I have been here, though. And so here I am. Visiting? You do not live here? The barrier shakes his head, laughing. No, no, Two Legs. No barrier could live like this. Where are you from? From the plains of Isgard, Two Legs. They are my home. He smiles in fond recollection, as if warmed by the memory. What sort of business were you here for? Another time, Two Legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you about it. Let me ask you about something else, then. Tell me about the city. He is silent for a moment, as if waiting for something more from you. Ah, what about the city? Where is it exactly? There? He looks up thoughtfully, tugging at his goat beard. It is in the outlands, the center of the plains. But since you can reach it from just about anywhere, Sigil's in more places than just that, you see? I think so, yes. What is this place, though? Why, it is a crossroads, Two Legs. Surely you know that all paths run through the Sigil. Paths? Do you mean paths? Looks slightly annoyed. Yeah, that's what I said. Paths. Do I want to annoy him with his fucking accent? Yeah, let's do it. You did it again. Paths, not pass. Dark eyes narrow. He begins to look suspicious while angry. I said what I said. Perhaps you should try speaking my language, Two Legs. You're right, I apologize. Let me ask you something. Tell me about the slums around us. What does you wish to know about them exactly? I am looking... Do you know someone named Farad? I know a few people here, Two Legs. This Farad is not one of them. A friend of yours? I don't know, really. Let me ask you something else. You tell me about the Lady of Plain. The lady! He looks around as if to see if anyone's overheard. I only know that she rules this place. All of Sigil. And that the Focals feel bad luck to speak of here. See. Have you seen one, or do you know where I might find a journal? No, Two Legs. Nothing like that. What question? I'm looking for a place to enjoy myself. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the good stuff. I don't think there's anything to enjoy here, Two Legs. Perhaps you should look some elsewhere, in another word. What if I were looking for work? He frowns. I doubt there's any honest work around here. The only thing in ample supply from the hive is trouble. You may be right. Farewell. Barriers! Very cool. They're from the upper plains. They are... I mean, they're basically centaurs with, rams? Instead of humans and horses, they're a mixture of humans and rams. Or ewes. Ewes? The sheep. They are real big and real tough, and you don't want to fucking mess with them. I know that much. I don't know that much about them. I don't think there's quite that much on them, other than that they're from Ysgard. I don't know that much off the top of my head. I'm sure that there's some more lore about it, though. I'll be honest with you, don't know that much about the upper plains. A bunch of goody two-shoes. Not really, but that would be sometimes. Anyway, let's continue on. Harlots, drunks. Let's see. Okay. Farad. So what's the mortuary and stuff? So from the hive, we need to go to Ragpicker Square. Okay. I want to bypass the Alley of Dangerous Angles because that place has a bunch of dudes. Oh, okay. This is great. I love talking to the extraplanar here. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, and I'm gonna save here because I know what happens when you talk to Black Abishai. Also, because come on, you would definitely see this and be like, "What the fuck is that?" and immediately talk to it if you're playing this game. Let's be real here. I need to show you all this. This black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by a thin, snake-like frame. A long prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. It seems to be ignoring you. Greetings. Whoa, Chief. More cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bar that. You don't want to be rattling your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave be. So, this is... Oh, it's a bad idea. Abishai are really fucking cool. Think, you know how dragons and Dragonborn have the color of the scales affect what, like, damage they're resistant to? Yeah, think that, except for, instead of dragon... dragon aligned or whatever? You know, dragon template? They're fiends. Demons. Not demons. I think fiends are devil... Well, fiends, general casual term for the lower planes races. I'm pretty sure they're chaotic, so I'm going to go ahead and say that they're demons, not devils. Might be wrong on that one. Might be devils. I can't remember if they're lawful or chaotic now. Now I'm questioning it. Anyway, talk to it. I wanted to ask it some questions. No, you don't. Mark glances at the creature, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to whisper. You're touchy. Let's just go. I'll risk it. This black-scaled fiend towers to the height of 8 feet. Greetings. Okay, yeah, that's... The creature slowly turns its head down to look at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown, then it opens its mouth, giving a low, rasping hiss. You notice that the heat radiating from the creature begins to rise. I would speak with you for a moment. The creature opens its mouth, displaying a row of blackened fangs. Fire begins to dance around the shoulders and arms of this creature as it gives a long, low hiss. Calm yourself. I just want to talk to you. The creature speaks in a rasping hiss. Its voice sounds like two rough stones being scraped together. It hisses for a few moments, its gravelly voice rising and falling. What? The creature snarls. Nothing to say to you, do I? The fiend's eyes narrow to slits. If stay, your warm blood will cover the stones. Just wanted to ask you some questions. The creature roars, then launches itself at you. And he will immediately fuck me the hell up.
Looks like death's come for the bill.
And that is why you don't talk to Abishai. They're assholes. Just to avoid having to walk back. I want to think there. I mean, they're assholes. I mean, they're
Done.
They're like supposed to be assholes, right? They're fiends. They're gonna be fucking dicks to you. So.
Hey, be a watch, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Got a few folks here. I just want to kind of proceed to. Ah, here we go. A market. Okay. You see a spindly-looking merchant with a brush of gray and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly covered robes, so much that he looks like a flag with arms and legs. He's shaken slightly as you watch. Aye, Giscarl. He bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms are a twisted mass of black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. How did you hurt your hands? Giscarl doesn't seem to have heard you. He answers only with his spiel, delivered in the same flat monotone. Giscarl buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and... He gestures at his layers of clothing with his shaking hands. Wear cloth. Can I see what you have? Okay. And he just has a needle to it. Alright. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. This dour-faced old fellow seems to be selling various hand weapons. Haven't seen my blades, have you? Yes, I have. Okay. So. 1 to 2 piercing, that's not any good. 1 to 3 piercing, that's not good. 1 to 3 piercing. Have anything? Poor quality mace, that's a little better. Quality sledgehammer. Do you have something that I can actually use? 1 to 4 crushing. Piercing. I have a green steel knife. Battle axe of quality. Here we go. +1 Thaco, huh? We have something a little faster. No. Well, okay. Identify, huh? Oh. Wait. Copper earring, okay. You not sell? Hold on. Fish head, type merchant, okay. Isn't. Oh. Okay, well, I guess we'll probably just have to get the battle axe equality. At least we'll have something to defend ourselves with. I was hoping to try and sell this ring. Guess I can't do that right now. At least not through this guy. So we'll have to sell this copper. Okay, now we have an actual weapon. Weapon that doesn't suck complete ass. Hopefully. Nice. Okay. So let's just do quick inventory management. I'm just gonna give more. You know what? I'll send the skull to Mort. Spaces left, so give him the leg bone club. And just yeah. Okay. Great. From here, we are skipping over quite a bit of stuff here. We're not going to completely skip it. We're just passing by, right? But I would like to get to the square. So this is.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
You want a pink? It's gonna cost you, Cutter.
This gun. No. Eyes with black leaves. The stems look extremely sharp. Alright, well, get to try out our new battle axe.
Die.
Nice, crit immediately killed him. Great. That's much better. Take that. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Great. Okay, great. So crits will immediately kill him. That will hopefully make things a lot easier on me.
Slattern. Okay.
Cool. Enough.
Done.
Okay, so we're in the hive, so we need to go to Ragpicker Square. Okay, further to the west. A little bit more then. Here we go.
Come on, Cutter, come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside.
All right.
We got a warm bed.
Oh man, that's great. Hello, Collector. Fiends are both, I think. Yeah, fiends are a general term for evil lying creatures. They are. Because in D&D lore, you have the three. You have evil aligned creatures from the lower planes are split into three categories, which are devils, demons, and Yugoloths, which is quite the change. Devils are lawful evil, Yugoloths are neutral evil, and demons are chaotic evil. And the blood war is between devils and demons. Yugoloths are mercenaries. There was one other thing. What was it? Oh yes, and they also got their names changed to Tanari and another thing. I can't. Baitezu, I think, something like that, because they didn't want to use devils and demons for a time because TSR, which was Creators D&D, the company started by Gary Gygax, got taken over by a Christian fundamentalist in essence. So she was like, no more devils and demons. I don't want this game to be Satan worship. I want it wholesome. So we'll just change them to Tanari and Baitezu. Which gives it some flavor, but was also a really dumb reason to do that. So, give or take. This man is draped in a filthy, tattered brown robes, and a long hood concealing most of his face from view. Greetings. What do you want? What is this place? You're in the hive, of course. There has been no sigil. Where are you from, Cruddle? You're from the Prime or something? No, that's all I wish to know. Farewell. Okay. From here... Oh, should be. So we're looking for Fair Odd's Kip. This house. Odd. Towards the hooded brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Someone comes to speaks to Nod, eh? Suddenly he breaks into a fit of hacking cough and nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for debtors. Nothing else. He sniffs, then gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment and speaks again. Nothing else. Need the jink. Jink. Why are you looking for corpses? To the black place. The mortuary. There, the dusties they haggles and gives jink. They take the debtor in. They do, aye? And Nod down talks to them until they find the last body. What is this place? Electric Square. The square. Trash everywhere. Aye, everywhere. Questions. What? Jink. He taps his head, looks at you, then points his hand. You want to know something? Jink. Aye, jink. Never mind then. Farewell. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and find Farron without anyone's help. Thank you very much. Could be somewhere around here. Check out Ragtooker Square. That leads to the trash barn, the midwife's hut, Sugar's kit, and the northern portion of the hut. Alright. The archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly it may as well be stones and mortar. As you come closer, however, the archway's outline begins to shimmer. You notice the handful of junk you've been carrying around begins to shimmer as well. Throws the junk into the archway. The wall of refuse flickers, waves, and then seems to fold in on itself, revealing an open space behind it. A passage or portal seems to have formed within the frame of the archway. Alright. Get the fuck in there. Where does this go? Oh. Really? Until it's running up and down. I can go. Okay. Okay. Trash warrants. A ragged, middle-aged collector approaches you as you enter the area. He looks you over and sneers. Don't know you. I don't believe I made your acquaintance either. The collector continues to glare at you. I'm looking for a man named Farrod. What you're looking for is no concern of mine, Burke, he spits. What is concern of mine is that you're still breathing in my presence. Then I'll leave your presence, Burke. As you turn to leave, you notice the collector drawing a knife from one of his pockets. Don't know what you was thinking about coming down here, but only one place you'll be going is the mortuary, Cutter. Don't think so.
All right.
Oh my god, holy shit, there's so many of them. Okay, well luckily I picked up this battle axe, so... all these motherfuckers are gonna get fucked up pretty badly, I think. Just take a few hits.
I'm hurt.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
Oh my god.
I'm hurt.
Oh my god. Stop hitting me for damage immediately after a heal. That's very annoying.
Damn it. Damn it.
Remember, I have 9 strength, 9 dexterity, and 9 constitution, and I'm fucking up like 8 guys still.
Damn it.
With a shit quality battle axe. I mean, I realize that they're probably have even worse weapons, but it's just like, you gotta realize how unimportant it is that there's combat and stuff. Pretty rat charm. What the? Love 30 rat. Okay, more.
Plain swine.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Okay. Great. So, well, I've got that. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just put my extra bronze in there. Actual useful stuff out. What's it called? It's hammer. Knives. Need to sell. Oh, junk. I love junk. Pick it up all the time. Okay. I think the fact that I was attacked immediately. Oh. Okay. More thugs, huh?
How many times must this fool die?
Feel all stiff.
Okay, have a good night there, Clea. Oh, this is new. Hello, seamstress. Okay,
I'm gone.
well, back out we go, I think. I'd rather just not talk right now. Fuck am I?
Done.
Village. Okay. There's thugs fucking everywhere.
Damn it.
Fuck back here. Dude. Alright.
Huh? No, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke. Sure, why not?
All right.
Okay, so this. Oh, this is a gate. Alright, this should lead up here. Or not. Ah, bar. Here we are. It's a bar. What lies beyond the gate? Okay. Then I guess that's not the way to out. That looks like... Yeah. I'm gonna find a gate out of here. Ah. Not exactly sure what the very... Oh, Ferod's Court, huh? Well, this, that seems useful. Looks like I was on the right track before then. Right. So we gotta find Farod and my journal as a result. I'm sure he has it. Oh. Well. That could have gone worse. Alright, we'll go ahead. Hello, Farod. Or is an elderly man leaning heavily upon a crutch. His left leg is twisted as if he tried to walk two different directions at once and paid the price. His maggoty skull-colored skin is bunched heavily upon his skull and is flecked with liver spots. He is mumbling and smacking his lips as his eyes make a circuit of greetings.
Updated my journal.
Aha! The man's eyes light up as he hears your voice. "'Tisn't my steady crop of jink come to Farod's waiting arms again. Greetings, corpse." He smiles a wicked grin. "Have you come to ask Farod for another jaunt into the mortuary walls?" "Farod, I've come for information. I've been told you know something about me." "Know something about you?" The light in Farod's eyes dims. He studies you, mumbling slightly as his eyes flicker up and down your frame. "Corpse? No? Yes?" Eyes meet yours. "Ah, no." "Farod, what is it?" Farod studying you with a dead even gaze. "This isn't a mummer's fair, corpse. No time for games, no time for Farod to play the wheel. What are you asking such questions for?" "I have forgotten myself, and I was told to seek you out, that you would know something of me." Farod licks his lips. They make a rasping noise, like dry parchment on sand. "Now, who told you such a thing, corpse?" "Well, no one told me exactly. There were these tattoos on my back. They told me to seek you out, if I ever forgot myself." "Ah, so little said, so much told." Farod falls silent, and suddenly you have a feeling that Farod is dissecting you, like a corpse on a mortuary slab. I know much you would know. Much, yes, much indeed. Farad smiles slowly, the fold of flesh on his face peeling back like a curtain. What do you know of me? Farad licks his lips, then settles himself upon his crutch like a vulture. No, no, not free, the questions you ask. His pasty white hands tap the edge of his crutch. Much I can tell you, but the telling has a cost. Go on, Farad. Farad taps the flagstones with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath Ragpicker Square, yes? Chambers, vaults, corridors, filled with the dead, all asleep in their coffins. Somewhere in those halls, somewhere there, lies something misplaced. Something mine. What is it? A small thing, a trinket, such a trifle. As Farad speaks, his words start echoing, as if two people were speaking. You know you've heard them before, from your own lips. It's a sphere, made of bronze, ugly, feels like an egg to the touch, and it smells of rotten custard. Am I right? Farad falls deathly silent for a moment, then nods. Yes. How much do you hide from me, corpse? He chuckles. Did you return to see if I remember what it is I want? Do you know where this sphere is? Ah. Farad sighs like shifting sand. And why do you suppose I ask you to look for it, corpse? I do not know where it is. I know it is buried deeper. Far deeper than any villager has ever gone. Farad tisks. It may be in the catacombs where the waters run deep, deep. Why don't you get one of your collectors to search for it? Because the corridors need no more dead from this village, Farad tisks. Strong, fast, clever, these are qualities my villagers do not have. They go below, they do not return. Farad glances at you. Perhaps the dead will welcome their own, That is what I think, corpse. Do you know where this sphere is? Ah. Farad's sigh is like shifting sands. And why do you suppose I ask you to look for it, corpse? I do not know where it is. Yeah, okay. Very well, I'll do it. Yeah. There's a lot of knowing rattling around in my brain box, corpse. He holds up a withered finger. One of them is this bit of wisdom. Everyone wants something, whether they know it or not. There is much I know about you, much that you would want to know. Maybe you should tell me what you know, Farad. No, I don't think we should threaten him. Should we? I doubt you can tell me anything of value very well. Let's see. I doubt you can tell me anything of value. I've learned another priceless bit of wisdom. For you, I give it for free. A man is often wrong about a great many things, and a dead man is one who has been wrong one too many times. Farad licks his lips. Much do I have to tell you that one would consider of value? Very well, I shall see about finding the sphere for you in exchange for what you know. Very well, a deal struck, a deal made. Farad cracks his crutch sharply against the flagstones. A sphere for a peek inside my brain box. Now, corpse, there is no time to waste. Go to the gate of the south and east and tell those slumbering fools to open it for you. Make haste. Make haste. One moment. I have some other questions for you before I leave.
My journal.
Then ask! Farad smacks his crotch in the cobbles as if passing sentence. Come, corpse. Time's short and so is my patience. When I woke in the mortuary, I was missing a journal. Do you know where it is? Farad squints at you, the folds of flesh coming down almost over his eyes. A journal you had when we spoke last. Has it lost itself? Farad chuckles dryly. These eyes have not seen it, but keep them peeled, I will. I would love to read such a magnificent work. What is this place? Farad's eyes roll in his socket, scanning across the ceilings, walls, and then the floor. This here's Illwind Court, not a name of my choosing, thank you kindly. In the keep outside this village is the Buried Village, corpse. What is the Buried Village? Well now, there's a story. Farad licks his lips again, then shrugs. But to tell true, the story bores me. The short of it, it's a piece of the hive that got bricked over one day. A piece of sigil got penned in the dead book. What do you mean? You know them floating goat heads that serve the lady? Them daubuses? Well, no matter if you do or not, they all go around fixing, breaking, burying, building all the time. Do you follow? Yes, go on. Well, as the chant goes... And a dusty chant it is too, being so old. Then Davis just damn well bricked over a section of the hive one day and all the bodies just forgot about it. Dump a lot of trash on it and soon nobody even knows it's here. Wicked, no? Farron smiles. That piece of sigil all forgotten. How did you find it? I still have my eyes, corpse, and I still have my ears, and when you have enough sense to tie the two together, then finding the dark of any matter is not as hard as some make it out to be. Farron rubs his filthy cloak. Now, was there something else you wanted to pick my brain box about? You didn't come here just to hear about this raggle, did you? No, that is all I wish to know. Well. Okay.
I'm gone.
So, now that we've found Farad, we have accepted a quest for him. Hear more about ourselves. Where are we at here? Oh, hey, it's 11 o'clock. Okay, 1 o'clock? Okay, we'll go a little bit longer. So, let us go down to Buried Village. See if we can find a way through. Old gatehouse wall and bar. Bernard gave me his leave to go down to the catacombs. I need you to open the gate. Get going, Burke, and don't waste our time. Okay. Wait. Weeping Stone. Alright, looks like there's a rat immediately, so... Oh. Okay, now the creature's gone. Now we
I'm
can
gone.
see. Okay. Very first thing we'll find is a skull and 4 commons. Cool. Quite a lot to read. It has been thoroughly desecrated. The corpse lies motionless. No amount of poking or prodding induces it to say or do anything. Not a zombie, then. This body appears freshly slain. Horrific claw marks scar the flesh, and tiny bites cover the body. The corpse is fairly fresh, within the last couple of weeks or so anyway, and large parts of it have been gnawed away by rat teeth. The forehead skin on the corpse looks like someone really brained this poor sod. You nudge it with your toe, and it flops around bonelessly. Useful here. Ah, fucking rat. Alright. Oh, that shit. Give me that rat tail. I'll pay money for that. Ooh, another skull. Don't know what happens with all these skulls, but hey. This wouldn't be the most useless skull that we have. Flashing. Okay, a ghoul. That's not great.
Damn it.
There we go. Kill. Okay, cool. Rat charm. Ah, another cool. Ghouls can have a scary ability sometimes, but I think in second edition they're just slightly tougher zombies.
Damn it.
Okay, yeah. So far they're not too bad. Oh. Yeah, be able to rest here. Okay. I'm just searching for this bronze spear. Sphere? Oh. God. Okay. Better watch out for Cranian rats because... Shit. It's just going... Cranian rats in large quantities can start fucking you up pretty handily. Because the more of them there are, the more of them, the more abilities they get. All those tails will be useful to sell. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Holy shit. Okay, kill that one. Focus this one. Okay, and that one. As long as they're very low on HP. So as long as you manage to kill them quick, probably aren't gonna fuck you up. But get enough of them together in a swarm, and they will start casting some very scary God, fucking were rat. Okay. Very scary spells very quickly.
I'm hurt. Weapon's not doing a damn thing.
Okay.
My bike's not working on this thing.
Done.
Right, you need silver for were rats, so I'm just gonna fucking not deal with that one. I don't believe I even have a silver weapon right now. I'll have to go and find some. For now, let's not fucking deal with it. Great, and Varghouls right there. It's seen by them. Varghouls are the hungry heads that you may be familiar with from some D&D lore. Dwarf Fortress lore.
I'm gone.
See if we can, Okay, so it looks like we actually can't even go back in until... That's annoying. We can't go back in until we get what Faird wants, huh?
All right.
Alright, well, worth a shot. No healing spells or ability. That sucks. Fortunately, right now, since we're a fighter, we can't actually... Spells. Scrolls, rather. I have to be real careful. I think our best bet then is going to be just through this door.
Done.
Or not. Nope. Nope. That's too many Varghouls to deal with at 4 HP.
I'm gone.
At the age of this crypt, these coffins appear to be in near perfect condition. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, we can probably deal with these. Or not.
Another trip to the mortuary.
Feels like I've been through a shredder. I'm gone.
Okay, we're good. God damn, so many Varghouls. Okay, I'm pretty sure these ones aren't immune. Yeah, not immune to. They're annoying as fuck because they're really fast, but
Did you see that?
they're not immune to non-magical, non-silver weapons.
Damn it. Damn it. Did you see that?
We have a decent amount of experience, actually. Rather not deal with a fucking horde of them, but we can deal with them if need be. Oh, face. Oh. Past one of the shit. One of the twisted stone faces in the walls that calls out to you in a creaking voice that sounds like the shifting of boulders. Mortal, regard me. I am Glyve. I would have words with you. How did you know I'm immortal? I see a burning purpose within your shell. I see many things in the falling dust of these tunnels. You lack something essential. that keeps you death's embrace. You want to say from me, listen, this place holds much danger for you. Treachery awaits you on the surface, and your way is long and wide. At the end, you will find what you have sought, but you may not. Be some sort of oracle. Oracle, no. Observe, that is all. In that case, perhaps you can answer some questions I had? What? You're going to tell me of the catacombs around us. Catacombs were carved eons ago. The house of dead of the city did not wish the tender ministrations of the dustmen. They have become the refuse ground of the city, where dwell monsters barely seen, where humans prowl like scavengers among the scavengers. Many as one controls these tunnels and has turned many against their natures. The dead nations prowl as well, guarding against the depredations of the humans who come among them. Though we have many as one. You have heard of cranium rats? When they gather, they become more powerful, a shared mind. They and their servants, were-rats, seek mastery of these undertunnels. They war with the dead nations. The dead have achieved life in their own way. They rule a portion of these catacombs. They struggle with many as one for the heart of these tunnels. How did you come to be in this situation? I was once a respected leader of my community in the lower ward. A petty lord sought to increase his power at the expense of my people, my friends, my relatives, and friends, and I spoke against him. And then what? And then he captured us one by one, and bound our spirits and senses into the screaming faces under the ditch, where all filth and sigil comes eventually. And then he let the polluted waters above flow through our mouths and noses and eyes. Is there anything I can do to help? I am cursed to remain here until fresh water passes my lips. There is a magical flask of water in the drowned nations. Bring it to me and give me a taste of it, and I shall tell you of someone who can help you unlock its full potential, and you shall never lack for water again. Where is this flask?
My journal.
I do not know. There was an artist named Chad who frequented these tunnels. He knew. Find him, and he may tell you. And how do I get there? Through the dead nations where the dead walk and rule, or through the warrens of thought where many as one hold sway. Neither is without its risks. Questions? Okay, that's it, yeah. Plenty of copper commons. Okay.
All right.
The inlaid metal in the mosaic floor seems to be sitting on a slight depression. It's like it has scraped the color all around. These caps are rusted to the ground and cannot be opened. It looks like they control the airflow into the crypt. The names of wardens inscribed in the stone have been chipped away into illegibility. Oops, okay, all of these are... Oh, and one of those caps is a... And alas, it is too dangerous to rest here. Go ahead and souls up a little bit. Let's see what's in this crypt. Esophagus? Oh, it's locked. Well, that's fucking useless then.
I'm hurt.
Okay, let's get out of here then. Look if there's anything of value here.
Done.
We shall have... Wait. Oh my god, did they respawn?
I'm hurt.
My jaw is hanging on by a thread. Would you give me a hand here?
Wait, what is that? Okay, this is a little, I think, out of her depth, and we're gonna need something to kill were-rats. Because it sounds like there's not only one. So.
I'm gone.
R. Okay, how about 10 coins? 25 coins? 50 coins? Okay, good. Scam him for 40. Fuck out of here, asshole. Hopefully he can't count. Give him 40 coins instead of 50 because I'm not good about to. It's extorting me to get out of here. Getting me 50 fucking coppers.
Done.
Okay. I'm gonna find some healing stuff and like a silvered weapon or something. Oh, there's not a way out this way? Okay, it's gotta be out through the city then. Gotta get back out to the surface, find a few bandages and whatnot. Level up a little bit through side quests. Oh my god. Guys still running around? Yeah, let's fucking... Oh, okay, here we go. This goes up, probably goes up to the trash warrants. I have not. Okay, great. I have to fight all these fucking sods. Okay, back up here to the trash warrants. Here. Oh god, hope the thugs have cleared off. Oh god. Oh, yep. Like 3 HP. Sorry. No, thugs. Ah, shit. Ah, shit.
Looks
Oh.
like death's come for the bill.
Okay, on the...
Looks like
All right.
sleep hasn't helped you any.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, so with that, that should get them out of the way enough that we can now go back up to the surface. Do some markets. Maybe we can find a party member.
I'm gone.
We need to get some bandages, it looks like. Before I was like, oh no, I don't need these bandages because I had like 24 of them, but then turns out that now I do need them. Also, I'm not sure why I can't sell these freaking rings. Yeah. Really use some of the coppers.
Done.
So. Okay. Back through Ragpicker Square. All the way back down to the Hive. Find a merchant or two. Buy a few upgrades. Some armor, I can swing it. Or something along those lines. Then, and continue going down.
All right.
So, we can go back to the marketplace over here. Here.
Get a room and a girl, Cutter.
Done.
Right over here. Should allow us to get something good. Oh, Hive Merchant. So first, let's freaking sell off. Seriously, what is the point of us rings if not selling them? Okay. Well, in the meantime, got 359 coins. Wait, did I identify it? Oh, it was identified. Oh, it's a +1. That's bad. Okay, great. So with that wisdom, I don't have to identify that anymore. That's good to know. Okay, do you have... if it's an enchanted dagger, then not only is that great because... yeah, enchanted +1 piercing. Okay, not only is that great just because enchanted is great, but because we can kill the... we can kill were-rats with that, so that's good to know. Good to have. Okay, that guy's selling limbs.
Chinese spices, sir. You can just taste them all over here.
Bugs and labor. Nope. There's gotta be another place I can buy.
All right.
Back into alley of dangerous angles? No,
Alright.
thank you. Okay. Oh, hello. Bye, all these folk.
Done.
Where was that one? Oh, right. Yes, the person I helped. Angyar. He will definitely. I could buy some bandages from him in Middle Thread. The ambiance is great though. Like even if you haven't played this game a lot. Damn. You got callers on the streets and all? Crazy.
Done.
Okay. So Angyar's wife has bandages. Need to buy.
Done.
Unfortunately, she won't buy anything. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and rest here, then. Save. And how about we call it for... Landscape, super interesting game. A bit more combat tonight than I was expecting right off the bat, but that's the way it goes. Thanks so much for joining me for the Super Cash. We're gonna have a little bit more coming up. Tomorrow, I'm going to stream the ending of Outer Wilds, so if you're interested in that, please feel free to join. I'll just be doing these. I'll just be doing Landscape Torment Super Cash streams up until I finish the game. Playing through the game. Just figure I should stream games that I want to play, and I want to play this one. Anyway, kind of an abrupt ending, but it's getting real late. So, thanks so much for joining me. Just more audiobook stuff. Well, audiobook stuff. These Supercast streams are a way for me to work on audio and a little bit of voice acting and that sort of stuff. Just gonna practice out some things and check out some interesting stuff. So, in any case, thanks, man. Let's do your streams as an audiobook. Hey, there you go, man. Yeah, that's kind of what these Supercasts are meant to be, just me reading out shit out loud. So, Outer Wilds tomorrow, and until then, I'll keep an eye out, and that's how you'll know when I stream next. Okay, everyone, thanks a lot for joining me. Have a good night, and I hope the start of the week goes well. Stay safe, everybody.